Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday of Holy Week. I'm coming to you from my mobile office, also called my truck. I've been working at the food cupboard today, and we have had a lot of people come through the food cupboard today. We had just shy of 100 families we fed today. It's been a very, very busy day and tired. There's a lot of need right now in our community. There's a lot of folks who are struggling. There's a lot of folks who have lost jobs or have lost hours or just otherwise need help getting through this time. And so I've been busy with that. So I apologize for the lower quality of the live stream. But I did want to come to you and give you a couple of reflections on the Tuesday of Holy Week, of Jesus's last week here. Before he was crucified. When you look at Mark's gospel, you try to follow the timeline. He does a pretty good job of showing when Jesus leaves Jerusalem and when he comes back day after day. And so Tuesday in Mark's gospel starts around verse 27 of Mark chapter 11:27, and goes all the way to the end of chapter 13 before he leaves Jerusalem again. And during that time, they question his authority, and his response is, well, where did John the Baptist get his authority? And, well, we don't know. Well, then I'm not going to tell you. Jesus also does a discussion about taxes to Caesar. He interacts with the Sadducees about the resurrection and about marriage. During this Tuesday, there's a lot of confrontation and a lot of teaching from Jesus, a lot of parables that go against the Jewish leaders. He predicts the destruction of the temple in Jerusalem. Lots of stuff going on. And so he interacts with the Pharisees, he interacts with the Sadducees, he interacts with the Hellenists, he interacts with the scribes. Watch out for the scribes. They like to, don't do as they do. Tuesday was a day of a lot of confrontation in Jesus's life, according to Mark's gospel. And we mentioned yesterday that I think part of that is a reflection on just how in control Jesus is, that he knows he needs to make it to the cross by the end of the week. He's on a schedule. He needs to operate in a way that's no longer withdrawn, and please don't tell people who I am and don't say anything. No, he's going right into the heart of the temple. He's interacting with people. He's questioning people. He's answering their questions in very pointed ways. He points out their hypocrisy. He points out their wrong practices. He points out their wrong teachings. And then as they leave the temple, he talks to his disciples and says, you see these great buildings? Every stone will be torn down. Every one of them. And again, it's Jesus deconstructing the system that is there for a number of reasons. But you can see that the teaching has become corrupt. The beliefs have become corrupt. Though the injustice is running rampant. That they would devour widows' houses. There was a practice that I read about in a commentary or an early letter somewhere. May have been Josephus. I don't know. You can go read that if you want to. But where they would, in lieu of the temple tax that they would require for people to pay on worship, for widows, instead of providing for them, instead of taking care of them, they would require or teach or extort the widows into giving up all their property, their housing and everything, to the religious leaders in order to settle the temple tax. Kind of like putting a tax lien against their property for the temple. They would devour widows' houses, and that's not what we're after. So what do we get out of this? Well, number one, I want us to realize that in a world that seems out of control and chaotic at the moment, Jesus is still in control. He was absolutely in control that last week of his life. He was in control in all those conversations that he was having, in the way that he represented himself and his Father, the way that he accurately taught the scriptures during that time. He was in control the whole time. And in our world that's gone absolutely crazy right now, he's still in control. I mean, I was working at the food cupboard today, and I had to wear this mask when I interacted with people. That's weird. That's very strange. We were wearing gloves. We were hand sanitizing so much I don't think I have any skin left on my hands. It's a very strange world we live in, but we need to remember that Jesus is in control. And one of the things that he kept reminding and encouraging his followers was that it's going to get rough. It's going to get ugly. It's going to get bad. You're going to be scared. You're going to be terrified. All these things are going to happen. You're going to hear wars. You're going to hear rumors of wars. All this crazy stuff. You don't worry about it. Jesus is coming back. That's what he's promised. And the end of this week in Jesus' life is going to end with him being handed over to Pilate. Pilate handing him back over to be crucified. He'll die. He'll be laid in a tomb. But that's not the end. He came back. We'll be talking about that more throughout the rest of the week. But until next time, may the peace of the Lord Christ go with you wherever he may send you. May he guide you through the wilderness. May he protect you through the storm. May he bring you home rejoicing at the wonders he has shown you. And may he bring you home rejoicing once again into our doors. Have a blessed day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.